How's it going? This is Mr. the Big Man back again. Today we're going to look at Thor. I'm going to show you how to build a sound from scratch. What I've already done, as you can see in the sequencer window, is that I've already placed a MIDI file just playing one note, because that's what I'm going to use just to make the actual sound up itself. I'll play that for you now. Okay, a fairly uninspiring sound, let's be honest, but let's see what we can do. Firstly, we're going to look at the oscillators, then we'll look at the filters, and then we'll look at the routing of it all, and then we'll have a wee play about with the envelopes. So I'm just going to show you all the filter types now. You just get those by clicking the wee down arrow, and it'll give you all the different filters. So today I'm going to start off with a wavetable, but you can pretty much use anything. I mean, obviously there's FM synthesis, multi-oscillators in there, phase oscillators, as I say, just the normal analog, or you can put in a noise oscillator if you like. But we're going to look at the wavetable one. As you can see, there's a load of presets for what we want to use. Today I'm just going to look at a saw wave, so we'll just go with synced. Actually, we'll look at a synced ramp. We'll play that again and see what it sounds like. Okay, so we get almost like a breathy sound there. We'll have a wee look in conjunction with another oscillator and see how we go from there. Okay, let's have a wee listen to that now. Okay, so you can hear we can't actually hear the oscillator because we've only got oscillator number 1 routed into the actual filter itself, so it's not making any noise until we press this button. Then you'll be able to hear it from there. So now we've got a better sound, we've got something that we can play with. We'll have a wee look at detuning them slightly so we can get a bigger sound, and we'll go from there. Now we're going to have a wee look at the filters themselves. So there's different filters again, so I'll click on that. So we have the likes of just a straight low pass filter. We've got a state variable, which is loads of different filters. We've got a comb filter, got a formant filter. Now that one's for vocal sounds, for vowel sounds, for creating almost like talk box effects. You can use it for. And obviously the bypass switcher, we don't really want to use it. So we'll have a look at the state variable. And as you can see, I've got loads and loads of different filter types on this side, plus my cutoff and frequency knob, my cutoff knob, and my resonance knob. So I'll push that across and let you hear the sound, and we'll fiddle about with those knobs and see if we can get something nice out of it. So we're just fiddling about there. This then goes down from here in through the amp section, which is running through all of these different things here. So we'll drop the decay a wee bit and lift up the sustain. We'll drop the actual release down. I want to have a wee look at this section and see if we can make it any better as far as the sound's concerned. Okay, so as you can see, the decay there is doing all of the work pretty much from there. Now we can bring in a second filter if we want, which I'm going to do now. But again, it won't do anything until we put everything through it. So that's what I'm going to do now. It's going to change our sound slightly. And I'm going to drop down the bit depth on that so that we can get a more crunchier kind of sound. Go from there. Okay, so I've put that back through the amp itself, so it'll lead it on to the next part. Taking us through the amp, so that's just going to give us our volume and go through all of this. We can then put in a third filter at the very end to filter the whole thing down. So say we put in a comb filter, and I'll let you hear how that sounds. It's giving us a wee bit more of a muffled sound, but it's actually bigger in the frequency range, as you can probably hear. That's not a bad thing, that's a good thing actually. The global envelope sort of controls everything as it goes in through. And we also have our effects in the top. So if I put it on the chorus, you'll hear. Okay, Okay, so now I'm going to put it through an LFO and see if we can make it move a wee bit. So I'm going to use this big one at the end here. So I fiddled with the sound quite a lot. This is pretty much it. I mean, you're going to spend most of your time fiddling about with the oscillators to see what you can actually get out of them. At the bottom then, we have our modular interface. So this is where we can actually set everything up to do things. So I'm going to have a wee look at the LFO and see if we can get it to move about with the cutoff frequency of one of the filters. So as you can hear, that's changed the sound completely and to run with the LFO, so I'll let you hear that now. Okay, so I've done the same thing with LFO2, so it gives you a better idea of how everything works then from there. You can use this to control the step sequencer at the bottom. You can also use it to control any parameter within Thor itself, making it completely semi-modular. Next tutorial we're going to move on to look at the RPG8 along running with Thor, so you can see how we can create some great arpeggiator sounds.